we get to wind down these fantastic 2 weeks of celebrating 1,000 episodes of Impact Wrestling with a star-studded main event. Mickie James called it the greatest battle in the history of the Knockouts division, and it certainly lived up to the billing. We're going to get to that in a little bit, but before we do, Rehwoldt, I want to talk about how we opened up the night. Ultimate X. We learned a lot this evening about the fate of championships, who's going to be next to challenge. We'll touch on that in a moment, but Ultimate X opened up the show, the signature matchup of Impact Wrestling. Alan Angels found his way to victory in a fashion that looked familiar from Slammiversary.
That's right. He was involved in that Ultimate X match. Took a couple shots below the belt, as we like to call it, below the breadbasket area, if you will. But hey, there are no DQs. There are no disqualifications in an Ultimate X. He's taken advantage of the sandbox he was given, and I, quite frankly, am very happy for Alan Angels. It's great to see him get a shot. This is somebody who's really seen himself at the top of this division. Now he gets an opportunity to be at the top of this division.
His very first match in this company was challenging for the X Division Championship, so he's been focusing on this for quite some time. Now, speaking of the future of different championships here in this company, this evening, Busted Opens, David LaGreca presided over the results of Feast or Fire. Now, 3 title opportunities were established. We know where Moose, Chris Bay, and Crazy Steve are headed. We also know that Yuya Uemura, no longer a part of Impact Wrestling. You said some pretty terrible things on the air.
Look,
I thought you liked Joe yet. What's wrong with you?
Joe Hendry is a musical genius. I love the concept, but hey, this is a tough business. Sometimes sucks to suck. What can I say? You gotta hit the bricks. I know. Bye-bye. It happens. I don't know what to say. He's next.
Unbelievable. When we come back here on the Impact Post Show, I think the influence of the Rascals has gotten into your head, so I want to talk about the matchup between Josh Alexander and Trey Miguel, as well as our star-studded main event, the 10 Knockouts Tag Team match.
What is up, Newcastle? Look out for Impact Wrestling coming your way as part of the UK Invasion Tour. We will be there at the Walker Dome on October 27th for Turning Point. It's going to be an epic night full of action, all of the stars, including wrestling's megastar, Will Ospreay. Don't miss a moment and get those tickets at ImpactWrestling.com.
Thank you for joining us here on the Impact Post Show. Fans making their way out of the Westchester County Center here in New York this evening. We saw first-time ever matchup, the 2-time Impact World Champion Josh Alexander battling one half of the reigning Impact World Tag Team Champions, Trey Miguel. This a part of what happened last week. The Rascals taking the opportunity to pounce on Shelley and Alexander. Last week, Alexander was left hanging by Shelley. This week, it looked like Shelley came out to help.
Looked like
Josh Alexander, but Shelley clarified and said, no, I just wanted to hurt them, not help you.
Yeah, this again, there's this really, really tight tension between Josh Alexander and Alex Shelley. This stems, we talked about it on broadcast, all the way back to their Impact World title match at Emergence in Chicago last year. 2 guys who are at the top of the game. I think could easily be argued as the best professional wrestlers going today. But I understand where Shelley's coming from, telling Josh Alexander, look, you keep feeling like this is your championship still because you never technically lost it. Valid. But the fact of the matter is, he is the face of this company right now. He is at the top of the mountain, and Alexander needs to climb that mountain to reclaim that title.
We learned this evening that at Bound for Glory, live on Saturday, October 21st in Chicago, it's going to happen. Josh Alexander gets his rematch for the Impact World Championship against the champion, Alex Shelley. That is going to be huge as well. Our main event was huge in that it was literally so many people in the Impact Zone. I feel bad for our referee trying to control everything. In the end, it's Awesome Kong who had the fans behind her last week when she came out, and then also getting the victory. I feel a little bad for Giselle Shaw, just a little bit. What's your takeaway overall from what we saw this evening in the main event?
It's hard to, there's so many little stories. We know Jordan Grace, Deonna Purrazzo, things, interpersonal rivalries, right? But I think it's hard to ignore the overarching story, and we keep sending it home, just the incredible history of this division. It is starting to define this company as a whole. Our women's professional wrestling is the best in the world, and that was signified by multitude of generations of talent all represented in the ring tonight. I think that is just the takeaway that you cannot ignore.
It was something that you mentioned last week on the post show, is that Mickie James relinquished the Impact Knockouts World Championship 6 months ago due to injury. Never lost the title, much like Josh Alexander. At the conclusion of the broadcast, as we went off the air, you could see her standing next to Trinity, staring at the championship. No words were said to our knowledge. However, I think your assumptions are correct.
I have to imagine it was in the back, just like we talk about with Josh Alexander. She never lost it. It's in the back of her mind that she wants to get this done whenever she can. She wants to come back to that mountaintop herself.
They're turning off the lights on us here at the Westchester County Center. I want to thank everybody so much for having us, and thank you all for tuning in for this 2-week extravaganza to celebrate 1,000 episodes of Impact Wrestling. See you next week.